My dear respected brothers and sisters, I want to start off this khutbah by asking this question. What determines what is right and what is wrong? Where do we draw the line with regards to how one should live his life? Morality is a discussion, my brothers and my sisters, that is very, very common, especially amongst atheist circles. You speak to Mark, who doesn't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you ask him to draw up what one should do in his life in terms of what is good and what is not. Where do you draw the line with regards to what is right and what is wrong? He tells me X, Y, and Z. You go to another atheist, let's call him Bob. Bob says, no, Mark is completely wrong. What is morally acceptable is X, Y, and Z, and the points that he mentioned should be outrightly rejected. So again, my brothers and my sisters, where do you draw the line with regards to what is right and what is wrong? This is a common discussion that Muslims likewise tend to have amongst themselves. How do I determine that? My brothers and my sisters, the other day there was an argument that was taking place between a father and his son about the state his sister goes out when she leaves the home. The father turns around and says, everyone is entitled to do as they wish. If she wants to go out without a hijab, that is her choice. And the son was objecting to this, saying that, Dad, you need to do a little bit more. You can't just give her the freedom with regards to how she goes outside. And he's turning around saying, La, she's entitled to her freedoms. If she wants to wear a hijab, that's her choice. And if she doesn't want to wear it, that's her choice as well. So I had to intervene, and I was asked to perhaps provide some guidance. I said to the uncle, how do you draw the line with regards to what is right and what is wrong? You don't have an issue with this. What if she turns around tomorrow in this environment that we're in and wants to walk outside, maybe wearing a miniskirt? Would you have an issue with that? He said, no, I have a big problem with that. I don't want her to go outside with a miniskirt. Where do you draw the line with regards to what is right and what is wrong? Why are you okay with her going outside without the hijab and there is no objection whatsoever? And you're giving her freedoms. Tomorrow she wants to walk outside wearing a miniskirt. Where do you draw the line with regards to what is right and what is wrong? My brothers and my sisters, as somebody who arbitrates between husbands and wives every now and again, this is again a huge issue amongst husbands and wives. How often is it I'm sitting between them and the wife is complaining about the husband? I ask her, what's the issue? She says, I don't like the fact that he speaks to women online or to his female work colleagues on WhatsApp. He turns around and says, why are you being overly jealous? You need to be someone who is ready to take this on. I'm not doing anything wrong. But she turns around and she says, I have a big problem with this. I'm sure most of our sisters, they wouldn't feel comfortable with their husbands having private conversations with the opposite gender. And then I ask him, what is your issue with her? He turns around and he says, I don't like the fact that she walks outside with red lipstick on. I don't like the fact that she wears revealing clothes the moment she leaves the house for work. I have a big problem with that. These are the arguments that are taking place between husbands and wives, right? And then subhanallah, she turns around to him when he complains about her red lipstick that she wears when she walks outside. He's being insecure. He's being overly protective. Why is he being so controlling? Right? We're living in the 21st century, brother. Everyone's entitled to do as they wish. Where do you draw the line, my brothers and my sisters, with regards to what is right and what is wrong? Constant problems that are taking place. The morality argument is something that is discussed all the time.